we are watching a movie called Deep Shock that has 1.6 stars on Rotten Tomatoes. 1.6. It had 0 on the, I think, the tomato meter.
It was like 1.6 on the popcorn meter and 0 on the tomato meter.
So 0 credible, academic acclaim, which doesn't mean everything. The one review she read me though was that I watched this movie so you didn't have to. There's no need for both of us to suffer.
That's saying something.
But it has Mark Sheppard in it, so we're gonna watch it.
In our world, there are millions of species of life.
In the air, on the land, and in our oceans. And there are still millions left undiscovered. Nice whistle, sir. Unknown origin of research. This is the USS Jimmy Carter. Please identify. The crew of the underwater research station are about to meet one of you. Face to face. Man.
Deep Shock.
Hour and a half movie.
We watched it for the sake of Mark Sheppard.
Yes. Watch it for the sake of Mark Sheppard. Love you, Mark. Well done.
Yeah, you carried that whole movie.
Unfortunately, bad directing, really can outdo good acting. Your performance in the moment is great compared to what's around you, but then the vision just does not make it work. I can suspend my disbelief a long way, but not like that. Like, the first interesting conversation they had was 40 minutes in, and I'm like, they should have had this at minute 5. I don't know what they would have done with the other 35 minutes before they got to anything interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, the pacing was definitely off, and like you pointed out, they used the same park to film 3 separate scenes, playing it off like, oh no, you're in DC, oh no, you're in, what was it, Minnesota?
Something.
But
they also
park.
They also decided to, within a narrative, cut to black and then put the title of the place that you're at consistently, but not all the time, not always, but consistently. So you go back to the UN command center, and it wasn't. The little
they had
editor in
just
me.
described where they are, and then it would fade, cut to black, and then say, "They're here. We know." You just said 3 minutes ago that they're here.
They treated the audience so dumb. They're never gonna know. They're never gonna figure this out. We have to help them. So.
But for the sake of Mark Sheppard, because not his all-time favorite, but my all-time favorite in Supernatural, where I was wonder what else he's been in.
He was great. I like him in Supernatural. I can say I liked him in that because he did better than anybody.
Yes.
Nobody else knew how to put on something that even resembled a real emotion.
Yeah, he carried the film pretty well. Even at the more cringier moments, I'm sure the directors made him do, he still managed to pull it off the best way he could. I'm sure he was even this is horrible. What am I gonna do with this?
It's too bad he wasn't the one that got the make-out session with.
Yeah, the random romance plot made no sense at all.
They were like, I can't even do it. Even if I look at you and try to read it no. The two characters had no emotions, and then all of a sudden they're like, why aren't you acting like we're in the end times of the world, like we're both going to die? Come kiss me. It was more cringy than that.
Felt like the sea monsters looked more interesting than the whole plot of the movie.
So that's what I told Cassie. I'm like, okay, in a monster movie, if your monsters are the B characters and the monsters were secondary characters in that film, if they're secondary characters, then there has to be tension within your human character so that there's actual problems in the story. Because the monster is kind of the outside driving force. There needs to be an internal driving force. There are no secrets in that entire film. And even worse than that, you're Mark's character is supposed to be the bad guy because he's he just wants to seal all the monsters and the eels inside, and you don't want to figure out what they are. But then you're then they figure out a way to talk to the eels, and the eels are yeah, no, we're gonna kill all of you guys. And then they're we have to save them. I'm I'm like, Mark's kind of the good guy here, because he actually wants humans to survive, not like kill everything, but like just survive. And then there's still, I'm like, how is he the bad guy? How is he the bad guy? And you're like, I don't know who to root for.
So we just recently watched the movie The Abyss. I felt like they were trying really hard to be like The Abyss in terms of plot. And they're like, oh, we could do it so much cooler with these fade to black scenes and these much cooler looking monsters.
The thing with The Abyss, also, for one, feeling grounded in reality and pacing, like, the pacing in The Abyss felt like you were there with them. Mm-hmm. This was like, oh, we're in a sub and nobody cares. We're getting attacked, but we're gonna shoot them, but nobody cares. It didn't work. Now we're at the UN and I don't know what's going on. And all right, well now all of it was that until they got to there, and then it slows down. You're like, but I don't care. I don't care. You wasted 40 minutes for me to not care. The Abyss, right off the bat, didn't show you what the alien looked like, and so now you're like, now I'm curious. Mm-hmm. The first time I felt curious in that whole movie, again, 40 minutes into it. You're a trooper, Mark Shepard. You're a trooper. Yes. Thank you.